Azrock, celebrating 75 years of color innovation. In 1912, the Uvalde Rock Asphalt Company was formed near Uvalde, Texas, to mine rock asphalt. Rock asphalt paving, developed by the company, has had a significant and lasting effect on streets and highway programs throughout Texas. In 1932, the country was fighting its way out of the worst depression the world had ever witnessed. And while pessimism and hopelessness prevailed, there was a company with the courage and the foresight to see that America was still the land of opportunity. That company was Uvalde Rock Asphalt. With the objective of diversifying operations, Uvalde Rock built its first plant in Houston, establishing two divisions: the Rock Asphalt Division for the production of road surfacing, and the Azrock Floor Products Division for the manufacture of resilient floor tile. Since the company had an infinite supply of rock asphalt, fine particles were initially used as the basic raw material in the manufacture of asphalt tile. In those early days of asphalt floor tile production, Azrock and other manufacturers produced four dark colors, commonly referred to as the four shades of black. As America began to climb out of the Depression and war in Europe was heightening, Azrock introduced four new product lines: carpet tile, industrial tile, plank tile, and Azrock. The federal public housing program was started, and the Techwood National Housing Project in Atlanta, Georgia, was the largest project of its kind. Azrock tile was used throughout the 277,000 square foot facility. On December 7, 1941, the United States entered World War II. It was a time of industrial growth as America manufactured ships, airplanes, and tanks in support of the war effort, as well as the first electronic digital computer. Azrock expanded flooring into airport terminals, retail chain stores, ferry boats, and military ships. Coming out of World War II and throughout the 50s, a new generation of baby boomers emerged. It was a modern era of rock and roll and Elvis. A modern era in resilient flooring was also beginning. Within a few years, color combinations developed in marbleized patterning, and refinements in the manufacturing process made possible a wider range of colors and styles, including patterns that look like cork or terrazzo. Azflex was introduced in 1951 as the first premium-priced Azrock line, offering more color choices and allowing for greater residential use. Azrock became a leader in the modernizing of America in retail stores, auto dealerships, schools, and hospitals. In 1952, our Houston plant was enlarged to increase capacity and meet market demands. It was the only plant in America designed exclusively for the manufacture of vinyl tile. The United States Air Force Academy was built near Colorado Springs and was the first Azrock installation exceeding 1 million square feet. Vinylux was the product of choice. Azrock's distribution continued to expand across the United States, selling both residential and commercial flooring. Business and industry began to specify Azrock for their corporate offices. The 800 series was launched as the first vinyl tile with color chip styling distributed at every level through the full thickness of the tile. The 60s was a decade of rule-breaking styles and colors. It was a psychedelic era of tie-dyed shirts in hot pink, day-glow orange, and acid green that broke with convention for color in dress and home decor. In 1960, Azrock launched the Premier Series, the first vinyl tile with the look of travertine, with pattern extending through the full thickness of the tile. One SKU, V423 Autumn Haze, is still in the standard line today. The Houston Astrodome was constructed in 1965, the first ballpark in the world to have a roof over its playing field. Azrock Cortina was installed in all public spaces and offices. Also built was the Wonderland Shopping City, a premier shopping mall in Texas, with 785,000 square feet of floor space covered with Vinylux 800 series, providing unsurpassed underfoot comfort, allowing customers to shop longer. Maintenance costs in Wonderland were reduced by $25,000 per year due to the installation of resilient flooring. In 1968, Azrock introduced Alvarado, a tile with a bold pattern that looks like large pieces of veined marble that have been cut, polished, and laid into a matrix of small marble chips. This tile is still used by Ross Dress for Less stores today. Having always been in the forefront with color, House & Garden certified Azrock vinyl tile colors with their Color Match Approval Seal. 1968 would also be the year of the World's Hemisphere in San Antonio, where Azrock flooring was installed in many of the pavilions, including Switzerland, Thailand, Japan, China, and the Chamber of Commerce. Following the psychedelic scene of the 60s, the early 70s were drab by comparison. Yet there was plenty of color to be found in ethnic and environmental influences. Earth tones in shades of green, gold, brick, rust, and sand were used to create a natural look. At the opposite end of the interior design spectrum was the high-tech look of metal and plastic furniture in bright primary colors. Azrock opened its East Coast warehouse, and Gimbels, owned by Macy's, made Alvarado their flooring choice. In 1975, Azrock moved its headquarters to the Century Building, referred to as a skyscraper on its side, which showcased imaginative flooring designs. Each office had a different floor design and provided an individual showcase for custom floor effects. These emphasized how floors can become the focal point of the decor by underscoring the entire interior, allowing designers to economize in wall treatments and other interior elements. In the latter part of the decade, self-stick tile was introduced, and Azrock began production of 100% vinyl composition tile. Chinese no-wax floor tile was launched in 1979. The 1980s arrived with muted tones like mauve, plum, and seafoam green. As the economy grew stronger, colors grew more intense. Jewel tones, teal and coral became predominant. Black and white also made a sophisticated statement. By the end of the decade, consumers found ways to spend more quality time at home and surrounded themselves with comforting colors like soft peach, bisque, blue-gray, and gentle green. The Houston plant was expanded and automated to increase capacity and improve quality. In 1981, Azrock hosted a distributor gala in San Antonio on the Riverwalk to launch the New World collection, an innovative approach in resilient floor tile designs with a fashion flavor. By 1989, Azrock corporate offices had grown, and the Azrock Design Center was opened in the City View building, a center for floor design ideas. Resilient floors were taken to a whole new level in a high design environment, created with architects and designers' use in mind. The soft colors of the late 80s were replaced by warmed-up, straight-from-the-earth colors like amethyst, terracotta, and cobalt, the result of a growing awareness and respect for the environment. Throughout the 90s, Azrock promoted VCT and added Cortina complements to our standard pricing offering. In 1999, Azrock launched Vinyl Enhanced Tile with Cortina Grande, a 16 by 16 tile with higher vinyl content than VCT, and Tritonite, beginning a new era of less maintenance. In 2001, Azrock came home to Texas and established offices in Houston as the Target Commercial Division. The premium line was enhanced with a safety program, offering a complete line of slip-resistant flooring. Milano's solid vinyl tile in 16 by 16 tiles was added to the product line. At NeoCon in Chicago, our booth depicted the effects that color can have on space and environment. In 2004, Solid Air was launched to complete our package of homogeneous tile products, all 16 by 16.